Namaste yogis, I'm with Melissa and I'm here with a quick core burner for you today. If you have 2 blocks, you might like them at the front of the mat, but they're not necessary. We'll go ahead and get started right into downward facing dog. So maybe beginning in plank so that you can find your length. Bring the hands down under the shoulders, step the feet back. Maybe rock forward and back a little bit as you begin to turn on the hands, fingertips ground down. And then maybe begin to lift the tailbone nice and high. If this is your first down dog of the day, just play with it. Maybe it's too much too early and you come down into table. We'll all meet there eventually. But for now, if you're there, come into downward facing dog, shift your gaze forward, bend your elbows just a little bit, and then wrap the triceps around, press into the hands. Bend the knees, draw the chest back towards the thighs, lift the tailbone really, really high, and then begin to sink the heels towards the mat. Draw the navel center up and in, and maybe start to find some stillness. And in stillness, it's really easy to start to hear some of the stories the body needs to tell us today. Where are we creating needless tension? Where could we engage more to take the weight out of the hands and shift it into the heels? And then how could we take 3 breaths just settling? Maybe turning on our Ujjayi breath, soft constriction at the base of the throat as we make that oceanic sound on the inhale and the exhale. After 3 breaths, just bring the knees down to the mat, shift forward. Slide the hands back a half space to align the elbows, wrists, and shoulders in one line. Step the knees wide enough that they're underneath the hips. Press all 10 toes into the mat, fingernail or toenails pressing down. Pull the belly in, wrap the heads of the triceps again, so maybe you bend the elbows. Draw the arms into the sideways and then press up. Belly turns on, crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone pulls back. Continue to press the tops of the feet into the mat. Or maybe tuck the toes. From here, seeing if we can turn on the core even more, shift the weight a little more into the fingertips, lift the knees. Toes are tucked, knees are elevated, belly is drawing in. And we're just starting to turn on the body. You can feel the outer edge of the arms really fire. Lengthen the tailbone back behind, try to pull belly in so we're not sinking. And just be here. For 3. For 2, and for 1. Bring the knees down, shake that out, untuck the toes, wiggle right, left, side to side, big circles through the belly, and then barrel rolls in the other direction, trying to unwind some of that tightness. Reaffirm hands into the mat, gaze is forward, crown of the head is engaged and lengthening. So what does that mean? It means the neck is nice and long. Maybe you stay here in table. Maybe you lift onto the balls of the feet once more, press down, lift the knees. Or maybe you take it a step further, untucking the toes, pressing the toenails into the mat, lift the knees. Feel the belly fire, shift weight a little bit more into the fingertips. Make sure that you're pressing down, belly is in, feet are active. It's like the knees want to squeeze together to touch, to take some of the tension out of the glutes, and then we pull the belly in, breathe. For 3. For 2. For 1. Draw the knees down. Tuck the toes. Step the hands a half step forward, just as we did before. Inhale, chest comes to thighs. Exhale, tailbone elevates. Heels reach for the earth. Arms wrap, fingertips press forward as heels drag back. Big inhale. Use this as a reset. How could you possibly make the back line of the body even longer? Ears between the biceps. Inner thighs squeezing, tailbone lifting. And then gently bring the knees back down into table. Knees connect to the mat. Fingertips slide back that half step so wrists are aligned under the shoulders. Belly pulls in. Untuck the left toes. On an inhale, expand the right leg back behind you, hip turns down, belly in. On an exhale, knee to nose, tap. And then extend it back. When you extend back, press through the heel, flex the ankle. On the exhale, when you pull in knee to nose, point the toes back behind you, hug the knee into the chest as much as you can, and then exhale, flex, press back. Taking that again, inhale, knee to nose, squeeze, point the toes back behind you. How high can you lift thigh into body? And then exhale, press the heel back behind you. As you do, bend the knee here, point the heel up towards the sky, and we'll pulse a little bit. We'll go up, and we'll take the right knee out, squeeze. Up with the heel, out to the right, fire hydrant, and back up. 2 more times, out to the side, squeeze at the top, heel is still flexed, and up towards the sky. Last time, heel comes, or knee comes out, heel presses back. Inhale as that heel comes up, point the toes, exhale, knee to nose, pull it in. Extend back, flex the foot straight from the hip, knee to nose, pull it in, point the toes. Last time, press it back, heel behind you, pull belly in, shift weight a little more into that right hand. Exhale, knee to nose, toes towards your bottom. Extend the right foot back behind you, press through the calf. Hands connect to the mat, roll the shoulders over the wrist, pick the left knee up, squeeze it in, breathe it in. Be here for 1, for 2, for 3. Land the left knee down. Press the left top of the foot into the mat and then roll through the right hip. So the movement's happening at the hip as the outside of the foot lands to the right, the inside of the foot lands to the left. Draw that right knee back underneath the right hip. Step the hands forward a half space. Ground down through the fingertips, tuck the toes, lift the knees into the chest, lift the tailbone high, and then begin to send the heels down. Be here for 3 breaths. And something I really like to do when we're working on core is I like to shift, keep hands and feet all down, but shift weight over to the right. Start to feel that length happening through left side body. Inhale back to center and then shift weight left with the exhale. Feel that length happening in right side body. Inhale to center. Let's do the other side. Knees come down. Step the hands back. Neutral table. Untucking the toes. Knees spread a little bit underneath hips and we'll move to the left side. On an inhale, expand the left heel back behind you, toes point down, belly hugs in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, press the heel back, turn the hip down, belly on. Point the toes, bring knee into chest, hug it in, squeeze it in, and extend back through the heel. Do that 2 more times. Knee to nose, toes to bum, extend back. Last time, knee to nose, pull the heel into the body, squeeze, 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 and then send it back. Next time you're here, resituate. So left hand takes some more weight, right hand grounds down, bend the left knee, point the heel up towards the sky, and then exhale, bring it out, that fire hydrant pose. Keep weight into that left hand. Inhale, heel up, exhale, knee out, squeeze. Inhale, heel up, exhale, knee squeeze. 1 last time, heel up, squeeze, and exhale out, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale to center, extend the left leg back behind you, ball of the foot plants, and exhale, knee to nose. 3 more times, extend, and pull in knee to nose. 2 more, inhale, extend, exhale, knee to nose. Last time, extend. Make this one really count. Feel everything turn on as you pull in, squeeze in, knee to nose. And back. This time, landing and letting it stay there. Press back through the heel. As you press back through the heel, notice the weight shifts, so pull the shoulders back over the wrists. Big inhale, knee to chest, and stay. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right knee down under the hip. Press back through the heel a lot. Ground down through the fingertips, and then begin that rolling from side to side. Heel comes left, center, heel comes right. One more time each side. And settle, bring the left knee in. Inhale as you walk hands into heart center. Come to standing on the knees. If you have very weak inner thighs here, it's really nice to take a block to help balance. Otherwise, stay with knees separated. We're just going to squeeze through the inner thighs, stretch through the center body a little bit, lift the heart up, elevate the thumbs an inch away from the heart, and then forget camel pose. We're simply cracking open the front side of the body. Lift the heart to the thumbs and then draw the head back. As the head comes back, stabilize by squeezing inner thighs, press pinky toenails down and press the hips forward. Be here, breathe here. Smile, come back to center. Without using your hands, can you shift weight into your right knee and then extend the left leg out to the left. A little side body opener here. Notice what happens if you look at the camera, or if you look at the video, my tailbone wants to curl back. Can you pull it back in? Can you squeeze here? And then a little bit of rotation before we settle into the stretch. Inhale, arms up overhead into gate pose. Our left hand's gonna slide left, right hand's gonna reach over. So it's as though we have an imaginary ball between our arms. Lean to the left, and then back to center. Take your right hand down towards the earth on the right side, like you're moving towards a modified side plank, but don't touch, let it hover. Inhale, center. We'll do that 2 more times. As you exhale, left arm feeds to the right, right hand up overhead. Inhale, center. Exhale, right fingertips down to hover above the earth. And inhale, center. Last time, big inhale, reach. Exhale, twist the arms. Inhale, center, lengthen. Exhale, right arm comes down, hovering above the earth. Inhale, back to center. Again, can we do this without hands? Take hands into heart center. Pull the left knee into the chest. Balance just for a moment. Smile at the wobble and then step the left foot forward. You're in a very deep low lunge. So we haven't really been into the hips yet. Let's pulse a little bit as we find some space here. One more time. When you get there, stay there. Inhale the arms up overhead, spreading the skin across the belly. Again, reach the arms up. And then release the hands down. Lift onto the ball of the back foot. Pull knee into chest without lifting your hands, and then step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Let's do that on the right side, and we'll go ahead and finish up. Just a quick fire up your day kind of practice. Allow your knees to come down to the mat. Take an inhale as you tops of the feet connect. Pull belly in, Anjali Mudra right at heart center. And then we'll extend the right foot out by lifting the right knee, shifting weight left. Turn on glutes here, really important. Step the right foot out to the right. Plant it down. Even the pinky toe lands here. Hips shift forward slightly. Ribs and hip bones endeavor to meet one another. Belly pulls in. Inhale, arms up overhead. As we move towards our dancing gate pose, this time left arm under right arm up. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left arm floats, right fingertips up and over. Extend through right side waist. Inhale, center. Exhale, that little dance, left hand overhead, right arm under. Inhale, center. And exhale, left hand dangles, right fingertips reach. Last time, yogis, you've got this. Inhale, arms come up, squeeze through the glutes. Ask yourself, what is my bottom doing? Can it help? Release the right arm under, left arm up, stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, left fingertips hover above the mat, right fingertips reach. Finally, inhale, center. Hands move down into prayer once more as we shift weight left, hug right knee into chest. Can you do it a little less wobbly than me? I'm sure you can. And then step right foot forward. Big inhale, float the arms up overhead, stretch the skin over the body, breathe, and then pulse a little bit with arms overhead this time. Changing the balance. If it becomes too much, go ahead and take hands down into heart center. One last pulse. When you get deep, stay deep. Open the arms behind you. Open the heart. Squeeze the glutes. Breathe. Exhale those hands down to frame the foot. Tuck the left toes. Lift the back knee. Ground the hands into the mat. Really important here. Lift pelvic floor. Try to keep the hips neutral. Drag the right foot into the body. Squeeze. And then step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels here. Bend the elbows. Wrap the triceps. Make this a really strong down dog. Much stronger than the one we began practice with. Protract the shoulders. Send them down the rib cage. Breathe. And then bend the knees. Bring knees together, ankles together. Situate the skin of your bum so that all the meat's out of the way. Hip points connect to the heels. Hands back, or palms of the hands resting on the thighs. Belly pulls in, shoulders roll back. Chin elevates slightly. And just take a moment. Tune in to what that practice did for you today. Maybe it's your first time ever doing it. Maybe it's your 5th or your 6th. How does it feel different? Can you feel the heat emanating from the center of the body, creeping out, warming the skin? Maybe you're a little bit sweaty like I am. It's okay, it's good. It's burning off some of the baggage we carry with us. Tune in with the breath. Let it be smooth and soft, that natural cadence in and out at our own rhythm. And before we say goodbye, just begin to walk the fingertips back by the toes. One last little stretch across the front side of the body. Fingertips point forward unless you're nursing sore wrists, in which case fingertips can point right and left. Bend the elbows to turn the triceps on for support. Maybe simply elevate the center of the heart, gaze lifts. Seasoned practitioners, you might go ahead and lift your hips up and just feel that deep into piriformis as your glutes engage to open psoas. Release the hips down. Gently fold hands into heart center. Close down the eyes. As always, it is a pleasure and a privilege to share sacred space with all of you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis.